In 2020, we got hit with coronavirus and a lockdown, which ultimately led to a furlough. The way that the government actually funded all of this furlough money was by printing more money to add to the already high inflation rate. And at the start of this year, in 2021, the UK had Brexit to deal with, which ultimately took them out of the umbrella of the EU, so that they would have to deal with financial impacts independently. And of course, you can guess what that leads to. More money being printed. And only just a month or two ago, at this time of recording, petrol prices skyrocketed. And you guys know that there's a close relationship between petrol and money. And guess how we're going to pay for that in the UK? Yep, you guessed right, printing more money. Across the last 2 years, inflation has risen to a crazy level within the UK. Find out what this figure is and what it actually means by staying tuned to this video. And if you haven't already, make sure to like this video, share it too, and subscribe with the notification bell on as well. As I mentioned before, inflation is at a really high level, guys. At this time of recording within the UK, it's roughly 4.2% per month. This is mental, people. Oh, and it's not finished, by the way. It's said to increase even further in the future. Let's just assume for 1 second it was capped at this already high rate of 4.2% each and every month. That means a year from now, the inflation rate would have increased by a total amount of 64%. Crazy. This is just crazy. So imagine you had 200k to buy a property. This includes your deposit and also your mortgage. So your total buying power we're talking about here. If you stand idle and you don't actually utilize that buying power right now, it means you would have to settle for a worse off property in a less ideal location and also a smaller property too, guys. Because effectively, a year from now, you would have had to have £328,000 to equate to the buying power you would have right now. So in other words, the actual value of your money would have shrunk a year on from now. This is what inflation actually means. It weakens the value of your money. But in actuality, in real life, inflation is even worse than what I actually explained. Because in my previous analogy, you could physically see your money shrinking a year on from now. But inflation is so deceptive. It makes you think that, okay, I have 200k now, and a year from now, I would have 200k buying power too. Couldn't be further from the truth. And just to add more salt on injury, don't forget that that property price would have increased further a year from now, especially at the alarming rates they're doing within the UK. So your buying power has shrunk, you don't know about it, and also the property has increased to, let's say, 210k. This is what inflation really means, and this is why I call it a silent thief. Because at least in the previous analogy, you can see that it's lost value in terms of money. But inflation does this still, but unfortunately it creeps up on you. It doesn't let you know. It doesn't even give you that privilege of being able to spot it. No, it's more silent. It's more subtle. It gradually over time makes things more expensive while also pricing you out of it. This is why I call it a silent thief. It's a classic case of which one's worse, the enemy you know or the one you don't know. And inflation's more of the latter. Altogether, I think I've shown why inflation is a silent thief and ultimately robs people of more money than tax does or anything else in this UK economy. So the only defense you have against inflation is by outperforming it, by investing your money and starting a business too. Because that 4.2% interest rate is going to happen whether you like it or not. So you've got to make sure the interest you make on your money does better than that interest. But that's just my thoughts on this topic. Let me know what you guys are thinking about this high alarming rate of interest within the UK down in the comment box below. And don't forget to like this video, share it too, and subscribe with the notification bell on as well. It's your favourite YouTuber, Decent and Finance, sharing my thoughts, my experiences with you guys every Sunday at 3 PM. Have a great day, people. Bye.
Whoa.